What's up? First video on the new GoPro. Show you what, well, we got a ton of stuff going on, but I'll show you a couple things that are going on in the shop. Kate's making, actually it's pretty cool. It's a little top for our stools. This is out of like some 100-year-old barn board. And basically it indexes in a dowel on the stools. And it's for the living room, so we have like little tables in the living room for when you're just sitting, kind of like this one right here. Oh, it's her ring. We actually made her ring too. So that's what's going on there. Trying out the GoPro, and I'm going to sharpen a Forstner bit, and I want to show you how to do it. Pretty simple, pretty fast. A little bit of one of those things that's not really understood, and it's the same for sharpening auger bits too. But let me get you, let's see, I can slip this thing into my, into my little holder here. Get this thing angled down. I just want to see how this video comes out. So I'll kind of look around from the back here, but on the Forstner bit, this is the only face that you want to really address. You don't ever want to do anything out here because it'll change the radius of the bit. You can clean up this top edge right here a little bit, but you probably don't have great tooling unless it's a big one. On the big Forstner bits, it's not a big deal because there is a relief angle here above my fingernail. So in other words, on this cutting edge, the back side of that cutting edge has to be lower than the cutting edge itself. So you can just barely, matter of fact, I will address it on this one, but for the most part, you just want to sharpen this inside face right here. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And I just hit this face and I said, this will be a great video. So these easy laps, god damn, sorry. These easy laps right here are wonderful for doing this, doing auger bits, doing all kinds of getting into the little sharp spots. And a big diamond plate, like you can see over on my sharpening station over there, is great too for bigger bits. But on a smaller bit like this 3/4, and she was just using this, that's why I'm using it. This gap right here, whatever you're using has to be able to fit in this gap. This is the one time in the world that these cheap diamond plates from Harbor Freight are good. And I'm gonna, well, maybe not the one time, but they are exceptional for doing this. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. So I don't exactly know what the view is gonna look like on this, and I'll have to mess around. Let me see where you're looking. Yeah, you're looking down in the right spot. So basically what you wanna do is get your plate out on the edge of the bench. If you want to clamp it down, that's fine, but I don't. And you want this angle right here to sit flat on the diamond plate. This is a coarse one, so I'm going to do all my work on the coarse one first, so you get it nice and flat, and then basically you're just going to move it back and forth, keeping it as flat as you can, just like this. And you're doing most of your work on the move back towards, all right, that's one thing that I don't like about this camera, is that the little screen times out so I can't see what's going on. But you don't have to, you could go through and polish the whole face or hit the whole face, but I just want to make sure that it's hitting along the cutting edge up here. And right now when I feel that it's sharp already, you could stop here. But for the sake of not wanting to do this super often, I'm going to run through each one of the plates. So this is the coarse one. Yellow is medium. We do each side. Again, get it in nice and flat, all the way into the groove. And I'm doing most of my work on the draw back towards me. So I'm pushing along with not much pressure and then coming back towards me, nice and flat. Matter of fact, let's do it this way. Start here. this angle isn't super critical, so you can't really mess it up. Flip it over, we'll do the other side. This angle is just a relief angle, in essence, almost like a chip breaker for the, you know, the, like on a high-speed cutting bit for the chips to roll down and clear out. What they do is, as this cuts, the chip comes out through the top. It's just it's a clearance angle for the chip to escape, an escapement for the chip to get out of here. So you can kind of check your progress as you go. It's make sure that your scratch pattern all looks the same. We'll go over to this one that says fine, which is obviously not very fine. And this can take, you know, if you're doing this on the fly, it can take 2 minutes to do it. You know, sharpen it. A lot of times, if it's a cheap Forstner bit, you're going to be sharpening it really, you're going to be honing it and sharpening it really for its first time. So it's going to be sharper when you get done than when you got it. It's a cheap Forstner bit. If it's a good Forstner bit, that's not the case. It'll come sharp. Nice and flat on there. You know, you want to try to keep yourself. There's a section of this plate that's hanging out, so I'm gonna flip it. You know, keep yourself as flat as you can. It's not, like I said, it's not super critical. So again, this is probably good enough the way it is, but I will show you that you can hone the top edge as well. I'll take out an easy lap, and I'm just going to hit the extra fine one. I don't need to go any more than that. And let's do this. Let's put this in a vise real quick. And I'm going to move you to this view here. So if you can also, like I said, you can do this in a vise. Probably want to get yourself at a good angle like this. If you don't like doing it the way I did it, you can put it in a vise, you know, put your plate in there, find what flat is if you can get it registered. I like it better the way I did it. I can't really register it like this. Or you could do it like this and then just feed down into it like that. These, what I do with these is I hold the bit like this. Just make sure I'm staying in frame. As you can see, that's registered nice and flat. And just lightly, this is the extra fine, slightly hone it. Flip it. Again, get it nice and flat, as you can see. Hopefully you can see. I don't know what the camera angle looks like, but hopefully you can see that that's nice and flat. And just hone it back and forth, keeping it as flat as you can. Just putting a good edge on it. And then when you want to do the top, let's see if you can see that. Yeah, okay. So when you want to do the top, what you want to do, you're just removing the burr because there's a big old burr on there right now. And just going to make sure that you have relief angle. So this is at an angle up. And just barely scrub it along the cutting edge with a fine. It's more than enough. Again, make sure you have relief angle so that this edge is higher than that. Hit that upper edge one more time. And you can feel the hollow grind on that edge. So that one's all sharpened up. Let's do this. Let me put you in over here. Hi. I'll throw it in the drill press quick and we'll make sure. I gotta change the settings on the screen so it doesn't time out, so I can see what's going on. I'm sure it uses more battery, but let's throw it in the drill press and try it. Let's see here. Alright, so I have it's a piece of white cedar and a piece of ash. This ash is super hard. Let's try the white cedar first. Nice and clean. So yeah, it's pretty much all there is to it. Hope you guys are having a great day and getting stuff done.